What jobs have you had before this that you think were really good preparation for being a writer? Have you done other things besides writing?
I work for an insurance company, so I know that's a font of creative
Absolutely.
information.
What did you do for the? Did you write for the insurance company?
No, I currently work for an insurance company.
Oh, okay.
So none of my jobs.
Or any preparation. So there'll never be a play about insurance agents like
Nobody
Glengarry
wants
Glen
to see
Ross
that.
was about. Nobody, okay.
I think for me, the best preparation that I've had to write has been, I've been doing improvisational comedy for 13 years.
Okay.
And so, especially for something like this, something like 3 and 30, where it has to turn and burn really quickly, because you're constantly in improv. I started out doing short form, game based, and now for the past 4 years, have been doing long form, which is basically you're crafting a story inside of the 60 minutes that you're on stage that you're making up from scratch. So with that, you're constantly, you're in the moment because you have to be for improv, but at the same time, you're constantly trying to further the story. You're trying to you're trying to raise the stakes. You're trying to show why is today the day. You're constantly thinking about, character and relationship and sort of all of those things that are just so interwoven into, into a performance, but also into a script as well. So I think that for me has just been great preparation, because it really helps me to think about, all right, this thing's only 10 minutes long, so I don't have time for exposition at the beginning. It has to really start in the middle, and we should, why do we care about these characters? What are these characters' relationship? All of those things that I think about with improv have helped me immensely as a writer.
Okay.
None of my I sell shoes for a living, so that doesn't really hasn't really affected writing so much. When I was in school, I was studying playwriting. That's what I wanted to be, and I'm kind of just really getting back to being active in that. I'm quite happy with my life and my career and all that, but so it's not like I'm holding out hope to eventually make a full-time living writing. But if I
But you could say things like selling shoes means that you've got a lot of soul.
I could.
Things like that, because you were making the puns earlier.
I was gonna say,
Don't judge.
Please don't feed him puns,
Don't
Doug.
judge.
You don't understand the can of worms that will be opened.
What genre haven't you written that you'd like to try? You're doing these short forms. What other genres are you thinking about writing? Do you have a romance novel, horror fiction, maybe a vampire novel? I understand that there's 1 or 2 of those out.
Evidently, it's a big thing now.
Yeah,
I know.
What?
I know, crazy. I'd like to try drama. Frankly, I've most of what I do is comedy, and that's most of what I've done my entire career, as it were, as a performer and an improviser. So I'd really like to try my hand at drama. Just haven't quite gotten up the gumption to fail at it yet.
Okay. Amanda?
Yeah, and I think I'd like to write drama as well. Funny stuff is easier to make it entertaining. People want to watch funny stuff. To write a drama, you have to make it compelling and interesting all at the same time without being boring or melodramatic. So I think that's much harder to do than be funny.
I don't know if there's a genre, so to speak, because like the last couple I've written are short dramas, but what I would, it's more a format. I'd really like to get into a lot more like short story type stuff, and even eventually maybe more like long story novel type stuff. But
So eventually it's more of a drama than it is a comedy?
it is. Yeah.
Okay.
There's it's not comic at all, except there are maybe there are moments here and there, but for the most part it's science fiction thriller kind of.
Why do you think that there's that mix? I was about to ask, it seems like everybody's writing comedy, and you shattered that.
Yeah.
So why the change?
Well, I think that my understanding, and you sit on the committee, so you can speak to this better than I can, but my understanding is that the way the committee works is they ask for pitches, and so they'll receive as many pitches from as many people as they possibly can, hopefully, so that they can get have 5 of them that then they commission to be written, and by commission I mean ask, because there's no money involved.
What?
Sorry, Greg. And then the committee receives those 5 10-minute pieces in, and then selects from those. And my understanding is that you do, at least if there is a compelling drama in there, try to throw it in for exactly that reason. It's nice because within the span of 30 minutes, it's nice to have a little bit of contrast.
You want to cry.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then get brought back up again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always the meat in the comic sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, if the 3 best are 3 great comedies, there's no problem with that. I'm not really certain. I personally, as a writer, I like to write a lot of funny stuff, a lot of comedy. But I am, like I said, I'm very much into science fiction stuff, and when I do that, that's I guess a different part of my brain than the comedy side. So
Okay.
I don't have such a desire to make it funny.
Okay. Last question. What's your secret vice of an author or a genre? What would it surprise people that you read?
It wouldn't surprise people that know me, but
That we can mention on air.
yeah, thank you. Perhaps people that look at him and think, "Oh, he's at least somewhat put together." I love the trashy Star Trek novels, the little paperbacks.
The novelizations.
Yes, but only the original series, because the next gen ones, those are for the geeks. So
Right, yeah,
clearly
there's a
I'm-
big difference.
Right, trying to set myself apart. Only Kirk, Spock, and McCoy.
Do you have a Shatner impression? I'm just curious. You're a performer.
To do Shatner, it's about speeding up the ends of the sentences. You compress the first part and then draw it out the end. I'm really
So yes, he does.
Yes, all right. I was looking for a yes or no
Well,
answer on that one.
That's what I was hoping for, but
But there was nothing I could do once you had started.
Yeah, once it starts.
Amanda, what?
My favorite thing is when I go on long trips is to get books on CD and listen to them in the car because it's like someone reading to you. Because it is someone reading to you. But
Very much.
it's like they're with you,
It's
Journey.
like okay. All right.
But I get like trashy romance CDs on books on CD, and I'll sit and listen to them and drive.
Okay. And you get the final word.
Right. Well, everything Josh just said, but just you could pretty much change the word Trek for wars, because I read a lot of Star Wars novels. I'm in the middle of 3 of them right now, so.
Okay. He turns out to be evil, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't
Pretty
know
much-
whether
Pretty much they all do.
they all do.
And then they all die, but none of them are really dead.
Excellent.
Because they run out of story ideas, so so-and-so's not dead.
Did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they bring him back. All right. Well, I want to thank you very much and direct people to your email site at madlab.org. Net. Sorry. And there's a Facebook page?
Yes.
Yeah, for both MadLab and 3 in 30.
3 and 30.
And we're on Twitter. MadLab's on Twitter, and so is 3 and 30. It's on Twitter.
Okay. And which one of you writes the Twitter feeds?
Woosley.
Boom.
Oh, wait, it's you?
No, it's Amanda.
Oh.
Oh, Amanda.
There's
Okay.
short stories and
Then are you the one I think is a jerk?
yeah. That's
Oh.
Yeah. Well, now that you've gotten that out of the way,
We established that.
I'm glad I could help
We
move
really are going
along.
to have to do something about our son when we get
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, and I encourage everybody to go see your plays. And tell us again where they're performed.
It's going to be at MadLab Theater. That's right downtown, 105 North Grant. That's right at the corner of Grant and Long. It's going to be it's going to be Friday, August 21st, and Friday, August 28th at 10:30. And that'll be following our quintessential theater roulette, which is going on right now, the best of the past 10 years, and that runs through August 29th as well.
Okay. And if they miss this one, though, there'll always be a next one coming up. Have you set the theme for the next one?
I don't think we've set either the theme or the dates yet.
Okay. All right. Well, people could check that out on your website and watch for that, and then participate in
I think
that.
just flashed. I mean, something way back there.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Wait.
Greg. Thanks, Greg.
It's a professional production, ladies and gentlemen, and we want to thank you for watching. Again, 3 and 30, madlab.net. Thank you very much.